have a devotional? Read it. Billie Childers, come on down.
Okay, here we go. All righty. Well, have you ever been invited to an event with, let's say, your girlfriends? Really closer? Is that better? Okay. Have you ever been invited to an event with your girlfriends? And you're like, don't really want to go, but you go. And the whole time you're thinking, this is going to be boring. But you go. Several years this happened to me. And I can't explain exactly how it all came down, but there was 3 retired school teachers, and they traveled the world. And they picked out exciting Christmas objects and decorated their house. Now, this is really in the middle of nowhere, somewhere south of Fremont, on a dirt road. And I'm thinking, what am I doing? What am I doing? But these school teachers, for a small fee, they would take you through their house and let you look at these gorgeous objects. And they really were cool. But one particular section really touched my heart. And we went in their living room, and one sister would play an old pump organ. Can you imagine? And the other sister would read a Christmas story. This one touched my heart. It's written for 5th grade, 6th grade, 5-year-olds, something like that. I don't know, for young kids. But I loved it. And I decided to take it to my high school class right before Christmas 2 years ago and read it to them. I'll tell you later what happened. First of all, I want to say thank you to the tech crew, the arts and crafts, because the pictures really help tell the story. Okay, are y'all ready? Can you hear me? Okay. Beloved, most beauteous and exalted King of all should be my name. Instead, they call me Humphrey. That I could bear if the worst thing of all had not happened. My dearest possession, my glorious carpet blanket, has been lost along the trail. Now I am never warm, and I suffer terribly. That is why I have set into motion a plan to replace my greatest of all treasures. So I look at the class, and they're starting to put their phones down. Miracle. And they're starting to take out their earbuds. Bigger miracle, at least one of them. So I kept reading. I carefully nudge my nose inside the caravan master's tent. This is closely followed by the chattering of my teeth, thereby letting my master know that I am most enormously cold. Success! He has not pushed me out, and I remain hopeful that my new blanket will soon be mine. 3 rich caravans have joined us, and there has been talk of kings. Yet these kings bring me no joy, for they have tied 3 huge chests to my bare back. They are so heavy, I am sure they must be filled with rocks. The other camels are wearing the finest of new blankets. They are all comfortable and warm. Not one of them thinks about me, their cousin, in pain and misery because of the loss of my most precious carpet blanket. I cry out in sorrow. I weep. Today I continue my plan to regain my treasured blanket. I add loud sniffling and the chattering of teeth and squeeze my entire body inside my master's tent. As I do so, out rolls my master, for the tent is exactly camel size. It is as I planned, and as the master chases me away, he tosses me a new blanket. I have success. Now looking out the class, and guess what? All the phones are down. They're thinking this lady is nuts, but they're listening. Once more, I am covered with splendor and comfort. I'm filled with delight. If it were not for this heavy chest I am forced to carry, I would be almost happy. We have followed one star for many long nights. Now our caravan enters the town of Bethlehem. Its streets and inns are crowded with travelers. My master gives no thought to my tired feet and my rumbling belly, but I am forced to move on. At last, we reach the end of our journey, but I am confused. There is no great palace, no rich oasis, no palms heavy with fruit. I see only a lowly stable with a family inside. The three kings rejoice and rush forward to bow before the young woman who cradles a baby. Finally, the chests are taken from my back and placed before the tiny child. As each box is opened, I see no stones, only gold and frankincense and myrrh. In this land, I walked past many children, but never before have I felt the need to walk towards one. Now I kneel before the baby, shivering in the manger. Watching him gladdens me more than sweet water, fresh hay, or even my wondrous new blanket. I look into the baby's eyes, and I'm overwhelmed by love. I pull my treasure from my back, and I lay my gift carefully upon the child. He smiles, and my nose and whiskers tingle with joy. I am happy to my toes. Even without my blanket, I feel warm. Beloved, most beauteous, and exalted King of all should be my name, should be his name. Instead, they called him Jesus. When I finished the story, a young man in the back of the room who probably had gang connections raised his hand and said, "Miss, are you a Christian?" I said, "Yes, sir, I am." And he said, "Maybe I should be a Christian too." And the bell rang, and they left, and we all left for the Christmas holidays. When I went back to school this year, I found out he had been shot and killed in a gang-related event. And in my heart, I pray, but yet I know that he became a Christian. You never know where the Lord's going to send you.